All right, how's it going? Welcome to Exercise with Exos. I'm Jayden. Hope you all having a great week so far. Got a nice little workout plan for us today. As always, body weight, no equipment, but we got a mat or anything soft we can lay on the hard floor. Recommend utilizing that. So we're gonna go back to kind of a similar format to what I normally do. So we're doing our 2 different circuits, 3 exercises, each circuit 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off for most. Second circuit will have 1 round that will be 45, but I'll explain more once we reach it. So I'll go into our first one. First circuit, just watch it now, and then we'll get into our warm-up. First one we're gonna do is our fire hydrants. This one's good, hip stabilizer, mobility, strengthening, good one to start with. So for this one, we are on our hands and knees, hands under our shoulders, knees to our hips. This angle. Keep our back flat. We'll go 20 seconds each side. So we're doing locking our feet to the floor and lifting our leg up away from us while keeping our shoulders locked and hips stationary. So keeping our upper body and hips in the same position while focusing on keeping that angle in our leg as we drive it up to the ceiling. It should be like a perpendicular 90-degree angle in that leg that we're working. Next, what we're going to do is bicycles. So this is working on our core. We're down on the mat for this. And we can do a few different variations for this one. Also, a middle ground variation. We'll throw our hands behind our head. And we're going opposite leg, opposite elbow. So lifting one leg off the ground and then bringing our elbow to that opposite knee. So that's going to be our second one, bicycles, focusing on crossing over our body, working our core. And then last one we'll do in this first round is going to be our single leg lateral jumps. So we've done these before also. So starting position, just sinking into this hip, slide down our knee, using our arms, help us jump, balance, catch ourselves, working on that change of direction, slowly picking up the pace and distance as we get more warmed up. So those would be our first 3, 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off for each of those. But getting a little warm up to start. We're gonna start out with some dead bug opposites. So dead bug position, fire activates the core. So for this, we bring our feet and knees together, up at like a 90-degree angle, holding them up and we're placing our hands, pressing them into our knees, pushing our low back into the ground, engaging our core. And we're doing opposite arm, opposite leg, extends at the same time, keeping the line of flexion working. So we'll go left side you want to start with. So go left side, right arm, fully extend, come back side. We have 3 each side. Good. Keep my core locked in, push the low back into the floor. And 1, 2, 3. Go ahead, stand on up. We're just going to do some knee and foot grabs. Loosen up the hips a little bit. So for these, we're standing up tall, grabbing our knee and our foot, squeezing it in up tall as high as we can. Just loosen up the hips a little bit for fire hydrants and jumps. Let's go 5 each leg. Good. After this, we'll just do 1 round of the world's greatest stretch on each side. Boom, we've done 5 here, we'll do world's greatest stretch. So pulling our knee, grabbing it, pulling into our body, standing up tall, back leg, shoot back, nice and straight. Hands come down inside our foot, we rotate up, put our hand down outside foot, extend back, a little stretch up, nice and straight. We'll go to the other side now. Grabbing under that knee, pulling it in, standing tall for a second, lunge back, legs straight, hands down, rotate, hand comes outside the foot, rotate it back, or extend it back, and stand up tall. All right, so do a little bit of warm up. Go ahead, get into it. We got 5 hydrants to start, 20 seconds each leg. Go down on our hands and knees. Set up my timer. All right, so on our hands and knees, starting in 3, 2, and 1. So first, we're placing our toes into the ground, working on keeping our arms locked out at our elbows, driving up with our hip, high as we can. Back switch legs, 20 seconds. I'll try and keep that same angle around 90 degrees in our leg the entire time. Good. In 3, 2, and 1. All right, sit down on the mat for these bicycles coming up. Like I said, there's a couple different variations we can do for these. This is kind of like the middle ground. So we get started in 5 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. So in this variation, we're doing our bicycles, elbow, the opposite knee, and make this harder. What we can do is get both feet off the ground, sit up a little bit, and keep our feet from never touching the ground. That's an option. Or we can take a back step, keep our feet both on the ground, just focusing on crunching with the twist. So finish up in 3, 2, and 1. All right, good. We'll have those variations utilized in our next 2 rounds. So we're doing our single leg jumps. Like I would say, first round, let's get our landing mechanics and not going too fast, making sure we're going as controlling our weight. So go ahead. Not jumping too far to start. Always jump further in our next 2 rounds. Focusing on landing on our toes first, coming down nice and slow. Into a nice full stop. Bottom of our rep. Doing the best we can. Keep that chest up. Keeping our weight over center as we land. In 3, 2, and 1. All right, good. Back to our fire hydrants to start. So this one, jumped up my words a little bit last time. We want to get our toes screwed into the ground, so give us more stability. So go ahead. Common mistakes on this one is the elbows collapsing and rotating with the opposite hip. So we just want to make sure keeping both elbows and each hip in place. Go ahead and switch sides. We do that by locking in the core, keep our hip in place, and just really focus on screwing our hands into the mat. 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, so now we're to our bicycles again. Inside out those variations, which one is working best for us today? And do the feet on the ground and lift it up. So go ahead. Good. And we don't have to touch elbow to knee every rep, but just making sure we're getting a good crunch at the top, squeezing our abs, working on crossing over our body. That's what we're looking for on this one. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go back to our single leg jumps again. So we're working on our landing mechanics, landing on our toes, then dropping the balls to our feet, and then go. Sinking to that hip, trying to keep our chest as upright as we can. We're changing directions. What I notice sometimes when I do these, I use my momentum in between jumps, but really try to focus on that landing, staying center, coming to a nice stop before I go into my next jump. Good. 5 more seconds. And good. All right, one more round of these. So back to our 5 hydrants. We're down on the mat. 3, 2, and 1. So it's on the last round, just reassessing that our elbows are locked out, hips are strong and stationary, keeping our back flat, core engaged. Switch sides. Keeping that 90-degree angle in our hip, best we can. Good, and 3, 2, and 1. All right, last round of bicycles coming up. Always used to do bicycles during water polo workouts. They're always brutal. Roll nemesis. And go. Do our best we can to keep our hands interlaced behind our head. Take away any momentum we can generate with our arms. Trying to work on solely using our abs. Control our upper body. Good. 10 seconds. Two and 1. Go ahead and quick rest. We got our last round of single leg jumps. I'll try to make these my furthest jumps yet. While still getting that balance, landing technique, center of gravity, everything I talked about. So go ahead. Keep my chest up. Use my arms to help me balance. Help me guide my landing. Transitions. Good. Good. 15 more seconds. Try to keep the eyes up too. Good job. Finishing strong. And 3, 2, and 1. All right, good job, good job. All right, short little water break. You'll need. Let's get to rehydrate a little bit. So I'll go into our next circuit. What we're going to be doing is first, just basic old squats. Hips and legs will be nice and warmed up. From those fire hydrants and jumps, we'll go sit into a nice, good, deep squat. We start out with feet just around shoulder width. A little further maybe, depending on the mobility. And from here, we're sitting in a chair. So like that. Sitting down to a chair best we can, keeping our back flat, knees over our toes. Nothing fancy here, just squats. 40 seconds of those. Next, what we have is our prone tees. So, lifting forehead into the floor, line our bellies, arms start out our sides, palms into the floor. And first thing we do is rotate our palms up like the back wall, squeeze as high as you can, lower your back down, squeeze our shoulder blades together, working on strengthening upper back and back of our shoulders on that one. Next, what we're going to do is just add core finisher. So this one is going to be, like I mentioned, we got one round of 45 seconds. This is going to be it. So we got side plank, 15 seconds. We're going to go harder. We're going to hold our arm up. Feeling really crazy. Leg 2. 15 seconds there. We'll switch sides. 15 seconds on the other side. Keeping our hips nice and high. After 15 seconds there, 15 seconds in the middle. So, should be fun. Tough way to end. Challenge ourselves a little bit. That is what we got. So, starting the timer again. We got 10 seconds. Now we'll be getting into our squats. So it's 40 seconds. Focusing sitting in that chair. In 3, 2, and 1. Sitting down as deep as we can, keeping the back as flat as we can, coming back up. Ideally, you want our squat to be so we're making at least 90-degree angle at our hip, so our leg become parallel to the floor. That is the ideal minimum position, but we can't go that far. So we're down as deep as we can to keep that back flat. We're good. In 3, 2, and 1. So now I'm done with squats for now. We've got our prone tees. Go ahead. Down on that. In 3, 2, and 1. Squeezing our shoulder blades together, rotating our hands so our palms are facing the back wall. We're going to keep our arms in that straight line T, rather than come back too far. Some of those are great for loosening up the chest. 5 seconds. And finishing up. All right, now we got those planks coming up. So we need a little rest in between these transitions. Feel free. Try to do our best we can to be up as long as we can. So we're up. Now we can lift our arm up. We're feeling fancy. We want to keep these hips up nice and high. We're working specifically our side oblique muscles. So switch to our other side plank. On the bottom is where we should be feeling this. So on our side, that's closer to the floor. Good. All right, last 15 seconds. Here in the center. Our hands can be together or apart, wherever it's going to be comfortable. Keep that core engaged, keeping our legs back nice and straight, and good. Not too bad, all right? Hopefully, make it easier. We got our squats now, starting only 15 seconds transition now. So we're into our squats already, go ahead. Good. Our squats, only making sure our knees aren't coming out too far over our toes. Ideally, and position our knees will be pretty much straight over our end of our toes. So making sure we're in that range. Good. Keep it back flat. 3, 2, and 1. Good. I always like doing those 5 hydrants before squats. My own workouts anyway, because of the way it loosens up the hips, so it feels a lot better. Squat after those 5 hydrants, for me at least. So now we're into our prone T's. Go ahead. Squeezing our shoulder blades together. Trying to keep our arms in line. Not losing that T. So we're doing prone T's. Good. Lowering down, slow and control. We're still slow and control all the way up too, but not quite as slow. Good. 3, 2, and 1. All right, now into our planks. Going out on our side. Working side obliques on this one. And up in our position. Hips are up. Arms up if we want. Leg. Feeling really crazy. We've already done a lot of hip stuff today. 15 seconds. Switch sides. I'm not throwing in those twist crunches today on these. We're almost there. And 2 and 1. Into our center. Last 10 seconds. Holding strong right here. Doing our best not to let us fall. In 2 and 1. All right, last round of the day. Back to our squats. Quick transition. In 3, 2, and 1. Going down. Trying to keep our neck in a neutral position. So just looking down straight in front of us. Good. Halfway there. And if you notice, our feet are wanting to turn out on these squats. Indication of tight hip flexors, which I would make sure to target in our cool downs and stretch breaks. They get pretty dang tight. In 3, 2, and 1. Done with squats. Now on that, in our prone T's. Prone T's. Last round of these. Again, palms start facing down, rotate towards the back wall. Go ahead. Squeeze our shoulder blades extra tight here on this last round. Good. Keep our arms in line. Not letting them fall back. Think about Making sure we keep that T written out. 10 seconds. Squeeze that hard as last 3 reps. And good. Okay. Do our last round of planks. Try to stay up the whole time. This round. Big deep breath. Get ready. In 3, 2, and 1. Up in that side plank. Shooting our hips up in the air. Feeling it in our side. And 15 seconds in, switch sides. Finishing strong right here. Keeping those hips nice and high, body in a nice straight line. Dropping down, regular plank. Last 15 seconds. All we got. Here we go. 5 more seconds, finishing strong. Holding that plank, and good. All right. There goes the circuit. Hope you all enjoyed that. We're going to into a little cool down now. Take a few nice deep breaths now. So, start, let's cool down. We're doing a seated hip stretch. So, whatever leg you want to start with, just go ahead, then ditch across our body, grabbing outside of the knee, just hugging this hip in tight. Definitely want the hip stretch out from those fire hydrants, jumps, squats. Definitely were a big part of the workout today. And then once you're there, let's go ahead and place arm behind for support and cross over using the other arm. Get a nice stretch through the mid back. Good. All right, now let's go to the other side. Hug that leg into the body. Try to stay nice and tall through our torso. We'll do this stretch. Take a deep breath throughout this whole cool down. Reset the heart rate. Now let's go ahead and put our other arm behind us for support. Cross over. Need a nice twist on the other side. Good. Now we're going to go just flip over for a second and do our hip flexor to hamstring stretch. Call it a day. So go ahead, get on our hands and knees now. We're going to do spring one leg forward. And then try to do our best. Straighten out back leg best as we can. Letting our weight fall forward over front foot. Good, good stretch in the hip flexor. So front of his hip, his leg. But I'm attempting to make as straight as possible. Good. Now let's go into our hamstring stretch now of the forward leg. So how we do that? Place ankle or heel now on the floor. Let our upper body fall over front leg. So kind of calf and hamstring now. Good. More big deep breath. Let's go to the other side. Right. So reset. Bring our hands and knees for a second, and then bring our other leg out. Try to extend back one straight as we can. Let our weight fall forward over this front leg. Doing stretch again, hip flexor, so front of this hip, this back leg. And now go ahead, place heel to the floor, straighten out this lead leg, and falling over it. Keeping our hands on the ground here for support. Feeling all in our calf and hamstring. Going to rotate our body weight, shift it in any certain way, target different areas of that hamstring. But now, go ahead, reset, call it a day. Yes, we are out of time. But thank you for coming as always, Jayden and Clay, health fitness specialist.
Thank you, Jayden.
Have a great day.